but let's say, 50,000, because that's usually the real estate world. I believe it's similar in your world. Let's say you have $50,000 worth of barrels. Like what is, or let's say 100,000, because that's always easier for administrative purposes. What am I paying every year in administrative costs?
Yeah. Depends, again, on the situation. Right now, the maximum is going to be $100 per barrel per year, which is pretty good, relatively speaking. And the minimum is going to be zero. Some barrels have all of their costs built in on day one. It's part of the initial entry price. And then some of them have that small annual cost associated, which covers all of the maintenance. So it's a pretty light investment in terms of load or costs.
Okay, and that $100 covers your share, your end as well.
All of it. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's super efficient. Now, do the barrels always get stored at the warehouses, or do they sometimes get stored at the original distillery as well?
Both. So we primarily, again, recommend people working with our partner distilleries where you're going to get the best deal and get your whiskey when it's the youngest or even new. So those distilleries that we're partnered with, they're going to hold your barrels on site at the distillery, which also means if you want to go to Scotland, you can and should visit them. These distilleries are beautiful, but they're held on site at the distillery. If we're reaching out to some other distillery that we're not necessarily partnered with, they might end up in our company warehouse or a third party warehouse, just depending on logistics, but it depends on what you're acquiring. They do legally have to stay in these government bonded, audited, controlled, insured warehouses because these are very highly regulated spirits markets. The industry and these governments want to protect the quality, the heritage, and the reputation of their whiskey. They are not going to let you take these barrels home and put them in your apartment in New York or your basement in New Jersey. Unfortunately, they do have to stay where they are, which is for the best interest of everybody involved and the eventual consumer.